there any voter that you've known, friend or just acquaintance, that you've had to talk out of voting for her, and what issue pressed them into voting for Joe Kent?
Well, I've spoke to a few people about it, and my friends don't want to vote for her. But the main thing about Jaime being a rhino is the fact that she had when they had that Republican thing the other night on Tuesday, and they had all the candidates there. Jaime did her town hall meeting over the telephone on Wednesday, and I got a phone call so I could listen in on her call. As far as I'm concerned, I don't think she's worth a hoot. I said, we are in war right now, and I want a politician that knows about being in the military, about war. And as far as I'm concerned, he's the man. Joe Kent's the one to vote for, because we need somebody that knows about military things. And it's very terrible that the politicians that are in office right now, Rand Paul's proved that Fauci is worthless and they can't get him out. And what has she done about that? Nothing. And the stuff that's happening right here in our own state with the biosludge, they're taking sewage treatment stuff and putting it on our crops and destroying farms so that we're eating food that's grown with the prions from these vaccines. She's done nothing about that either. The stuff that she may be a federal congressperson, but the fact is she's not doing the stuff that's happening nationwide and our pollution that's happening. She's done nothing about it. We've got chromium-6 in the water. We've got the PFOAs. What has she done in any kind of environmental thing in our own country? I've seen her do nothing. And that in itself is a good reason not to vote for her, because she'd been in office too long.
Honestly, there hasn't been anyone I've talked to that's a big loyal Jaime person anymore. There was one person that at the very beginning when Joe put his name out, I think before any of the other candidates did, I had mentioned and asked him, because he's a veteran, hey, do you know much about Joe Kent? And he had just said, like, I don't know what's going on. I think we got to just kind of know the pick our poison here type of thing. But that was about as positive as it was about Jaime. So everyone else that I know and I've talked to a ton of people, there hasn't been much support for Jaime about anymore.
I haven't had that opportunity, but I will any chance I get. I just started volunteering for Joe Kent.
I am an active supporter of Joe, and anybody that I can talk out of voting for where they're going, that's what I'm going to do. Personally, I probably I just don't know any names. But I'm out there active with any talk or debate anybody wants to do. Jaime's out. She's going to be gone. And, let her live her life, and off you go.
Well, I think here in this room tonight, there was probably about 100 people who voted for Jaime in the last cycle, but won't be voting for her again. I think there's a couple different key issues. The issue I think that's been consistent for the last year and a half has been election integrity. People know that things went very wrong in 2020 and that we have to address that and fix our elections. So I don't think there's a lot of tolerance right now with your average American for people that aren't going to fight for election integrity. And Jaime certified the election. She didn't do anything to actually make sure our elections process are safe and secure. And that's something I'm not going to back down on. So election integrity is huge, but then also just the America First agenda of being energy independent, bringing back our manufacturing. That's absolutely critical right now. And then also just prioritizing the American people. Jaime is sending billions of dollars overseas. She is voting for COVID vaccine tracking databases, doing everything that doesn't really help people in their daily life or make our nation more secure. Those are, I think, some of the biggest issues. And also, Jaime, she hasn't come and done an in-person town hall where she interacts with people like you and I are doing for about 6 years. And I think that's a huge issue. Like, she's not accountable to the people. She's not accessible. Since we started, we've done over 200 in-person town halls. People can come ask me any questions they want, just sort of like you just did right now. I think that's the type of interaction that we need and we deserve from our elected officials.